For me, I don't think it's that complicated as people say it though. Anyways, just watch and see whether you learn something from this. So that's my bust point, down to my underbust, and this is to my waistline. So this is the bust point, this is the underbust, this is the half. I'm going to divide my shoulder measurement by 2, mark it, and then measure down to my armhole. Now mark the same shoulder measurement there to get a straight line. So I'm going to be using the standard neckline of 3 by 3 inches, connect it. So I'm going to be coming down with 1 inch for my shoulder slope. From the shoulder slope, I'll divide what I have there by 2 to get the midpoint, and I'm going to mark it. Now you can come in by 0.5, I'll be doing 0.75. Now divide your round bust measurement by 4, mark it on the armhole area. This is to enable us to connect these 3 dots together. Divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2, mine is 4, so mark it from your bust point down to your waistline. Now on the underbust area, go in by 0.5 inches, do the same thing on the waist area. Now going outward, you can do 2 inches if you are busty, but I'm going to be doing 1.5 inches. After drawing it up with a straight line, I'll create a curve on both sides to meet the bust point. And from that bust point, go ahead to connect with a little curve up to that armhole curve there. Now go down with 1 inches and reconnect it. Now extend it out with that 1 inches to enable it balance when you're sewing. Now you go ahead to connect the new armhole curve. Now this is no longer effective. So add your body measurement, divide your bust by 4, mark it, do the same thing on the waist area and return those darts we added and connect your lines. Add your sewing allowance to it and cut. Princess darts, as simple as it is. You cannot tell me this one is hard. You're welcome. Now that simple bustier you can just draft and sew, or you're struggling with bustier like you've not drafted bustier before and you want to work with my method, then this video right here is for you. So you already know me. If it is easy, I will let you know and I'll definitely share it. If it's a bit complicated, I'll still let you know, but this one very easy. I'll just go ahead to mark the underbust darts on both sides, do the same thing on the waistline, then connect the line, then give it a good curve to blend into the bust points on both sides. Like take your time to do this part. How open you want your cleavage to be depends on you. For me, I'm going up with 2 inches from the chest line. Now go ahead to do your upper chest tightening with 1 inch on both sides. And drawing the curve, be mindful of how much curve you're drawing, just make it moderate and okay. Draw out your sweetheart curve and then blend the side front into the armhole. Now take your basic body measurements, now include any darts that is found on that area, do the same thing on the waist area. Detailed tutorial is on my YouTube channel and I promise you enjoy every bit of it from the front to the back drafting. Please go and watch it and make sure you watch it to the end. I beg you people. Like for free, I explained it very well in a way that you're going to understand. So please like it, share it and watch it to the end, that way YouTube can recommend. Now this is a tutorial for a varsity jacket, for a waistcoat, whichever name you are familiar with. Now a varsity jacket gives a different look to your outfit, like it elevates your look. If you know, you know. Now this tutorial is simple, this tutorial is easy to understand. However, there are different types of varsity waist jackets and there are different ways, different methods of going about it. Now for this one, it is straightforward. It has a bust dart, and this bust dart we're going to be transferring it to the armhole area. And now go ahead to open up that line on the armhole area this way. That way I'll be able to close up the side darts. Now after closing up, it basically just means you've transferred the side darts to the armhole area, and now which will give us a princess dart bustier for this waist jacket. Now cut out the darts from the waistline this way, and there you have it. And check out my next post for a detailed drafting video, well detailed, well explained. Long time no voiceover. Shoulder to my bust point, shoulder to my waistline, and now shoulder to the top length. Now do the needful. And for the button overlap, I'll be using 1.5 inches and I'll connect it. Now all my measurements will be starting from that new line. Now I'll divide my shoulder measurement by 2, mark it, and the neckline of 3.5 inches. Now from that shoulder measurement, I'll do 1 inch for my shoulder slope, mark my armhole. Now I am taking my time to explain this for those that are seeing my video for the first time, so you're welcome. And for the OGs, those of you that have been with me for a while, you already know some of these things. Now I'll just go ahead to connect my armhole curve. Now the neck depth I'll be using is 8 inches. Now from there I'll go out by 1 inch for my button overlap. And for the neckline, you can use your ruler to just draw it directly, but I prefer to use my hand to just give it a trace like this before I'll now use the ruler to make it more visible. So now I'll divide my nipple to nipple measurement by 2, mark it, and then from that bust point I'll come down by 1 inch. Now I'll open it up with 0.5 on both sides. Now go ahead to divide all my body measurements by 4, mark it, do the same thing on the waistline and return that dart we added. Now I'll connect it. And for my side dart, I'll be using 1.5 inches. Now I'll connect it to the midpoint. And for this style, I'll be transferring the side darts to the armhole area to give us a princess dart. You can also leave it like that if you want. So from the dart length here, I'll come in by 1.5 inches. From the top length, I'll go up by 1 inch. Now I'll connect it to give me like a V shape this way. Now you can add your sewing allowance on the pattern paper or you can add it directly on the fabric. Now this is beautiful. Sewing it is also very easy. So here's a slower version on how to achieve this easy collar. So stay with me and watch. Now make sure this part is on fold and it is not cut, and even if it is cut, it's okay, you can still stitch it back. To be on the safer side, make sure your fabric is folded at this end. Now you can work with any measurements of your choice, but for this, let's say we're using 18 inches. And here, fold your fabric inward with the neckline measurement you would want to work with. If I am using 3 inches, I'm going to be folding it with 3 inches. If I'm using 4 inches, I'm going to be folding it with 4 inches. For this, I'm going to be using 3.5 inches. Now after that, from the starting point line, come down with another 3.5 inches, which is going to be serving for the back neckline. Now on that line you just marked, go ahead to divide your shoulder measurement by 2 and mark it there. Now after that, you can go ahead to do your 1 inch shoulder slope and connect it to this point where the chalk stopped. Now go ahead to mark your armhole and create your armhole curve. Divide your bust measurement, mark it, do the same thing for the waist and add your sewing allowance. And now to get the shape of the collar from that shoulder line, you can go down by 4 inches, 5 inches or 6 inches depending on how deep you want it to be. So I'm going to be doing 5.5. So yeah, after marking it just on that same line, you can go in with 2 inches or 2.5 inches. So yeah, that's how simple it is. I told you guys it is very simple. Now just watch how I'm cutting it and cut out the same thing. And just in case you decide to try it, this is what you should also get. Now go ahead and cut this part and don't cut it out completely. Now, I'll show you how to sew it, cut the back and join the front and back together in the next video. So here's how to go about the back part and the sewing. Now from that shoulder line, go ahead and measure whatever you have to cut out the back. Basically just use this front, place it on another fabric and trace out the back part like this. Now the back part is also unfold. Now just go ahead to cut out the exact shape for the front. Now when I get to the shoulder area here, I'm going to use my chalk to trace it out this way. Now I'll take out the front part. Now you can cut it straight, or basically you can just slant it a bit, like give it a bit curve like half an inch, and then go ahead to cut it out. This is how to go about the back part. I hope this is clear now. I told you guys the back is very simple, so if you're curious you want to try it, this is a simple way on how to go about the back. Now let's go ahead to stitch the front. Now open it like this and further fold it into to making sure you're folding the right side together. Now take it to your sewing machine and stitch here and also stitch this part. Now after sewing it, go ahead to notch it very well so that when you're turning it, it's going to relax very well. Now use your hand, use needle, use scissors, make sure those sharp edges come out very well. Now go ahead and press it down to make it relax very well. Now you can use your hemming gum to press here and also press here, leaving the middle part. And now this is the result you're going to get just with the front part. Now let's join the front and the back together. Now you have to forgive me here because I didn't know it was not showing. Now right side facing each other, go ahead and just place it like this and stitch it straight up. Now when you're done, this is what you will get. When you flip it in, this is how it looks. You're going to tuck it in, use your hemming gum to press it down or top stitch it. And I thought it was very simple to achieve, and this is it. You can draft out a new sleeve or use the one you already drafted. Then go ahead to mark out a straight line on the pattern, then go ahead to cut it out. Now use your ruler and mark out straight line till you exhaust everything, giving it a difference of like 1 inch or 1.5. Now flip it over and cut it out. Now don't cut it out completely. Do that till you exhaust all the lines you marked. And this is what you should get after you are done. Get your fabric and make sure it is folded into 2, as one is going to serve as lining. Now take the sleeve and spread it evenly till you get a very good curve. Then go ahead to chuck it, and when you get up to this angle, take it up like creating a very good curve at the top part, then bring it downward this way. Also chalk out this part following the same curve, adding your sewing allowance to it. If you're okay and satisfied with what you've gotten, just go ahead to cut it out. The next thing to do is just take it to your sewing machine and stitch this lower curved part. After you're done, give it a good press, and to give it a good structure, I added like a gum stay to it. The way I left the space here when you're adding collar stay or peplum stay to yours. Also leave that space for easy sewing. Now go ahead to draw a gather stitch or pleat it to make it form like this. After I was done stitching it and drawing the gathers, this is what I got. Now I shaped it and flip it to the right side and use your hand to puff it out very well. This is what you should get. Of course, you're welcome. So thank you for watching.